What's up, everyone? My name is Josh, and this is Josh Unboxed, and welcome back to the Daily Grind, a video series in which I talk about particular cards, play, strategy, news, and how it affects the overall sports card market. In other words, I'm just trying to find a way to help us navigate through the craziness that is the sports card world of today, as well as to help us make much more sound purchasing and selling decisions. And today I wanted to talk about something that a good friend of mine brought up to me. We were just talking about sports cards and talking about, what big card did you want to go after next, right? And he said something that really resonated with me as in terms of, made me start thinking. And he was like, I haven't seen these modern cards go up lately. Like they've been staying on, kind of like a flat line. They've been stagnant for quite some time. Is it like this because do you think people are starting to realize that the modern cards are overvalued? And then I just started thinking that, hey, maybe he's right. I don't know. Are ultra modern stars cards overvalued? And we're just realizing this, and that's why we've been buying a lot of vintage cards. Vintage cards, early 90s cards could be the case as I'm starting to think about it. So, when I jumped back onto this hobby back about a year ago, a lot of people were hyped up on guys like Luka, Zion, Ja, Trey, right? And we're talking about the ultra modern NBA stars, these young guys, Tatum, Mitchell, and Booker, and their cards, shot up through the roof. You were paying $1,000 for their PSA 10, the Prism PSA 10s. And then in the grand scheme of things, if you were to look back in from a year ago, people were paying thousands of dollars for Luka cards, Trey, like I said, Mitchell. Mitchell maybe not $1,000 for Mitchell, but Tatum, they're reaching the $1,000 mark for Tatum on their Prism cards. But then when you look back at a PSA 7, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Julius Erving back from a year ago, it was probably going for $700. It could be that the market had finally realized how undervalued vintage cards are compared to the grand scheme of things of the ultra modern cards. But then I think what also happened was that when dealing with the ultra modern cards, it's like PSA 10 or bust, and everyone was so fixated on the mentality of, if it ain't PSA 10, then it's not worth my time kind of thing. And then when you get to the older cards, you start to realize that, hey, maybe PSA 10, it's not all about PSA 10s when we're dealing with these older cards, because, those cards are hard to come by. We don't have like a 15,000 pop report for a PSA 10 vintage card, because that's just not something that exists, right? And I think people started to realize that these PSA 10s are really, really low. And because of that, those card prices started shooting up. And then it trickled down to the 9s, it trickled down to the 8s, it trickled down to the 7s, especially for older cards, where even, 8s and 7s provided really, really great value. And I think it just took some time for the market to kind of realize that. And now currently, I'm not really seeing much movement in terms of the ultra modern stars. I mean, Luka has been hovering around 1,400, I would think. Tatum's hovering around 7, like for their Prisms, of course. Zion's at 6. Giannis has been hovering around the 3,400 price point for quite some time. And you still haven't seen them run up yet. Maybe there's going to be a catalyst that that pushes these cards forward, or it could be the fact that what my friend said. Were these cards overvalued to begin with? Now let's think about this right now. Right now you can get a Giannis Prism PSA 10, right, for like around 3,400. Now, when I look at these cards and I look at the prices that they're going for, I ask myself a question. It's not so much of, do you see these cards going up? Can it reach its peak of 7,000 again? That's not the thought process on my head. The thought process on my head is, what would you rather have? I think that's a question we need to ask ourselves. When you're looking at these modern NBA stars, especially cards with a much higher pop report, like let's say a Luka Doncic 1,400, Luka Doncic Prism PSA 10 for 1,400. You ask yourself, what would you rather have? Would I rather have that Luka Doncic Prism PSA 10 with a pop report of 15,000 or so, 17,000, I forget, or am I better suited putting that 1,400 into a different card of an established legend, established GOAT? Yeah, Luka Doncic has his career ahead of him, and who knows, sky's the limit for that kid. But unless you see something like that happen, then maybe it's not wise to put your $1,400 on a Luka Doncic card for the long term, and rather put that money into a more established star for the long term. Now, if your plan is to use it as a quick flip, and just hope that it rises up, then yeah, you can do that strategy of buying that Luka Doncic PSA 10 Prism for $1,400 and hope that it goes up to $1,700. Because the card is already priced at a high price point, you're really hoping something significant happens just to get that card up, even by a few $100s. Whereas if you put it into a more established star, that's something that's safe and you can just let it grow. So like going back to the Giannis card, for example, $3,400 for a Giannis Prism PSA 10. A Brady Bowman Chrome PSA 8 can probably be had for close to around the same price, maybe a PSA 7. Now the question you have to ask yourself, what would you rather have? Yeah, I get it. Giannis is probably one of the best players of the NBA today, back-to-back MVPs, but yet he has yet to win the championship though. Tom Brady, 7 rings, the greatest quarterback to ever play the game, a GOAT. Some people call him the GOAT of GOATs. So the question is, what would you rather have? Giannis PSA 10 Prism, Brady Bowman Chrome PSA 8. That's a question for you to decide. Which card do you believe in more? Do you believe more in the Brady, or do you believe more on Giannis? And these types of things, this thought just popped in my head while talking to my friend about this topic, and it got me thinking, like, hey, what would you rather have? I think that's the best question to ask when you're looking at a card to purchase. Okay. Especially when you're dealing with ultra modern stars, ultra modern cards with high pop reports, such as your Zion Prisms, Ja Prisms, Luka Prisms, Trey Prisms. These cards were to boom. Ask yourself the question: what would you rather have? Would you rather have that card or the other card? I don't know. It's just, I thought that came to my head. Great point for discussion. When you're dealing with these older cards, or these newer cards, it's kind of like, what would you rather have? Like, I think the prices for a PSA 10 LaMelo Ball are insane right now. I think they're going for close to $1,000, if not more than that. Now you have to ask yourself, would I rather have that LaMelo Ball at $1,000 for a PSA 10 Hoops, or would I rather put that money into someone else? So hopefully you guys found some value in this. This is a pretty interesting topic of debate, or topic of discussion. So if you did find some value in this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video later.